Thousands of miles away, meantime, in Moscow, no one is watching Israel's war against Hamas more closely than the Russian President Vladimir Putin, who is now trying to seize on the war to say that it is a battle between the United States and Israel versus the rest of the world. Fred Pleitgen is out front.
As Israel's military continues its war against Hamas, Russian leader Vladimir Putin is framing the conflict as part of a global struggle of America and the West against the rest of the world.
It's the current ruling elites of the United States and their satellites that are the main beneficiaries of global instability. They extract their blood toll from it.
While many nations around the world condemned Hamas after the October 7th raid on southern Israel, killing more than 1,400 and taking hundreds of hostages, including Russians, Russia invited a high-level Hamas delegation to Moscow for meetings. A top Hamas leader saying the group would give preference to captives from what they call their, quote, Russian friends.
ومن ضمنهم أيضا الأصدقاء الروس ونحن
So far, no Russian hostages appear to have been released. Still, Moscow not criticizing Hamas, instead ripping only into Israel for the many Palestinians killed by the IDF's ongoing aerial campaign in Gaza.
Condemning terrorism, we categorically disagree that terrorism can be responded to by violating the norms of international humanitarian law, including the indiscriminate use of force against targets where the civilian population is known to be located.
But for years, it was Russia that waged a relentless bombing campaign against areas held by rebels opposed to Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. The U.S. and various international aid groups accused Moscow of deliberately targeting civilian areas, including hospitals and markets, killing and wounding scores, even though the Kremlin has consistently denied those claims. And Russia's war against Ukraine continues. Moscow once again harming civilian structures overnight in the port town Odessa, wounding several people. Vladimir Putin, though, trying to argue that Russia is invading Ukraine to help the Palestinians.
These are our soldiers and officers, and the choice of a real man, a real warrior, is to pick up arms and stand in line with his brothers. Be in a place where the fate of Russia and of the whole world is being decided, including the future of the Palestinian people.
Vladimir Putin there, Aaron, essentially trying to pit the entire rest of the world against the U.S. and its allies, including, of course, Israel as well. And this is not new from Vladimir Putin. Pretty much since he's invaded Ukraine, he's been speaking about wanting a new world order, as he puts it, one in which countries like China and Russia are much stronger and the U.S. is weakened. Aaron?